It's English time, it's English time. Come and let's have fun. Read, write, speak, and watch, but listen, participate, and experience the magic of words. Welcome to a brand new acquisition of knowledge. This is Respectacular Learning English with Teacher Reese.
Hi everyone and welcome once again to a brand new day of learning. So for today we have a new video and since we have our synchronous activity, please watch this video and learn our new skill this way. So for our learning objectives, we have our learning competency. Write a short descriptive paragraph about a character or setting in stories listened to. So we have our second learning competency this quarter. Now, for today, we have the following learning objectives. 1. Define descriptive paragraph. 2. Know the parts of a letter. Number 3. Identify the parts of a letter in a thank you letter. Number 4. For your asynchronous tasks, you will write a thank you letter. Alright, so are you ready? Let's define first descriptive paragraph. What do we mean by this kind of paragraph? From the word itself, descriptive, it means it's composed of a topic sentence and supporting sentences with describing words. So, I mentioned a while ago from the word descriptive, we can say that in a descriptive paragraph, we see a topic sentence. What do we mean by topic sentence? What about these supporting sentences? From the word support, and descriptive is from the word describe. So can you see that? So maybe you have an idea about descriptive paragraph. Now let's try to differentiate a topic sentence from a supporting sentence. Alright, so when we say topic sentence, this is a sentence that contains the main idea. Yes, it's the main idea. Ano ba yung pinag-uusapan doon sa isang paragraph or talata in your Filipino? So, a main idea can be located basically at the beginning of a paragraph. But some paragraphs may give you can locate the main idea at the middle or at the end. But normally, you will see or you can read the main idea or the topic sentence at the beginning of a paragraph. Now, let's find out what is a supporting sentence. So, when we say supporting sentences, from the word itself, supporting, are statements that support the main idea. Remember that we have 5 or more sentences to come up with a paragraph. And remember that when we say paragraph, it is composed of interrelated sentences. Magkakaugnay daw na mga pangungusap. When you are talking to a certain topic, make sure that your sentences are interrelated with each other. So, if you have 5 sentences, basically, our first sentence there is the main idea, right? So, the remaining 4 sentences are now the supporting sentences. That's easy. So if we have 5 sentences, remember, basically, our topic sentence or our main idea is the first sentence and the rest are the supporting sentences. Understand? Alright, so let's see. Now, a friendly letter is an example of a descriptive paragraph. Of course, you will see information there in a friendly letter. That's why you are describing. You are describing your friend. Why do you consider him or her as your friend? So maybe you are giving descriptions of him or her. So a friendly letter, it says here, is a good example of a descriptive paragraph. Remember descriptive from the word, what is it? It's describe. Very good. So from the word, let me see my spelling. So from the word describe. Ano ba ang describe? Yan, naglalarawan. So you are describing. Now let's continue. It says here that a friendly letter, when you are writing a friendly letter, basically you are extending your gratitude to your friend, because thank you letter is a form of a thank you letter. All right, so let me clarify that one, that a friendly letter, you can write a thank you letter, so because you can tell how grateful you are as a sender to your receiver. So for example, you are the friend and you will write to your friend, you are the sender and your friend will be the receiver. Remember, a letter must have a sender. Take note of this. A letter must have a sender and always have a receiver. From the word send and receive. All right. So, before you can write a letter, you should know the parts. What are the parts of a letter? So, we have 5 parts of a letter. We have heading, we have greeting, we have body, we have closing, and the last signature. Again, there are 5 parts of a letter. So we have the heading, greeting, body, closing, and signature. Let's find out what is all about each part. Let's start with, so there. You should always remember these 5 parts of a letter. Let's try to know about heading. So, a heading includes the address of the sender. Remember that it's you as the sender who is writing the letter to put the address and of course the date. When will you be writing your letter? For example, if you will write it today, you will put October 4, 2021 and then your complete address, and you will see later on. And of course, this heading must be written at the upper right portion of your letter. That is all about heading. Remember that, don't forget to put the heading when you write a letter. Okay, next we have the greeting. So when we say greeting, includes the opening greeting and the name of the receiver. I know you have read letters before, or maybe you have received a letter and we have the word dear, right? So most of our letter starts with the word dear. So you may write dear Reese, dear John, or you may say dear friend, dear mother, dear father, dear classmate, right? And in a greeting, you must remember to put comma after the name of the receiver. So for example, so let me erase first this one. And how will you write the greeting properly? So for example, you will write here dear. Okay, so dear John. So let's just say dear John, our friend John. And then it says here it has a comma after the name of the receiver. So that is the comma. So that's how you will write your greeting. Alright, so let's proceed with the next part of our letter. And it is the body. So body is where the writer or the sender expresses his gratitude and anything he or she wants to share. So this is where you can write anything you want to say to your receiver, to your friend, to your parent, to your classmate, to your teacher. If you are writing an excuse letter to your teacher, you may write everything you want to say, why you are excusing yourself from attending your classes in the body. Why are you inviting your classmate? For example, you are writing an invitation letter, then it is where you can write reasons, where, when it will be. If there is a birthday party, you are inviting your classmate, then you need to put details in the body. It's where you can put everything you want to say to your receiver. But since we are talking about thank you letter here, it is where you can put how grateful you are to your friend. All right. Next, we have the closing. So from the word close, remember? And in the closing, it is the closing greeting written aligned with the header. It must be aligned with the header. I am talking about your heading. It is where you wrote your address and the date, and you will see it later. All right, and of course, remember, a letter must have a sender and a receiver. And you as the writer, you can put now your signature, include the name of the sender of the letter. So you are the one, you are the sender of the letter, and it's just appropriate, it is important to write your name. So a while ago, you may say, Dear John. Then in your closing, you may say, your friend. And in your signature, you can just write your first name. So for example, your first name is Kim. So you may just write Kim. So that's the first name that came to my mind. So just Kim, your friend, Kim. Okay? Now, let's proceed. Are you ready for your activity? Remember the 5 parts of a letter. And what are this one? We have the heading, greeting, body, closing, and signature. You are correct. Now, look at this example. So, let's read. Bacood Elementary School, Barangay Magalang, Manila City, October 4, 2021. What do you think is that? You are correct. That is our heading. It's the first thing that you need to write when you are writing a letter. See, they are aligned with each other. So remember, there must only 3 lines, including, for example, your school, then your barangay name, then the date when you wrote your letter. So that is the heading. What about Dear Jose? Correct, that is our greeting. So I said, Dear Jose, and remember the end punctuation. You have your punctuation mark there. It's not the end punctuation, and we have the comma. So you are greeting, Dear Jose. In your Filipino, when you are writing your letter or your liham in Tagalog, we call it as your mahal kong Jose. But in English, you must say, Dear Jose. All right. Thank you for being a great friend. Thank you for all the nice things you have done for me this pandemic. I appreciate all the times you made me laugh. As always, you know how to cheer me up. Thanks for sharing your other gadget so I can join my online classes. God bless you and your family. I am grateful to have you as a friend. I hope that we stay friends forever. Your friend, Greg. So what do you think is this? This biggest part wherein you can see sentences. Very good. That is body of the letter. It is where you can find information, how grateful the sender of the letter is. There you can find all of these things from the body. What about your friend? Dear Jose is the greeting. And what about this Dear Jose? Remember also that when you are writing your closing, it must also end with a comma. Your friend, your classmate, your teacher, your cousin. Maybe when you are writing to your parent, you may say your son if you are a boy, and then your daughter if you are a girl. Alright, you may say your classmate, your former student. There are many ways on how you can write your closing. But since we are doing a friendly letter, it's important, it's appropriate, it's right to write your friend. Okay, so this is our, alright, that is our closing. And then of course, we have your signature. So that is Greg. So there, it's easier for you to identify the parts. Remember, we have the heading, we have the greeting, we have the body, we have the closing and signature. And it says a while ago that when you are writing your heading, it must be aligned with your closing and signature. For example, if you will to write an imaginary line here, you will see the alignment there from here. So let's see if there is a proper alignment. See, that's how you will write your heading. Must be aligned to your closing and signature, but also important to remember your margin when you are writing. All right, so since we are talking about descriptive paragraph, how come that this is a descriptive paragraph? Remember descriptive? Right, it's describing. You are putting describing words for you to tell to your reader, to your listeners, that this is an example of a descriptive paragraph. Let's find out. Who wrote the letter? It's Greg. Who is the sender? It's a tricky question, right? Who wrote the letter? It's Greg. Who is the sender of the letter? Is still Greg. Who is the receiver? Jose. So, Greg and Jose are friends here in this example. When was this letter written? October 4, 2021. Alright, so now, why is it that this is an example of a descriptive paragraph? Can you tell me where is the topic sentence and where are the supporting sentences? Remember our definition a while ago that a descriptive paragraph must have a topic sentence and supporting sentences with describing words. Can you give me now our topic sentence? Come to think of it, I mentioned a while ago where you can find your topic sentence. Alright, so thank you for being a great friend. So the first sentence there says our topic sentence because Greg is telling how grateful he is to his friend Jose. So of course, the remaining sentences are the supporting sentences. How great Jose is, then you will find out at the succeeding sentences. So that is our, let me just write, topic sentence, or we call it as slash main idea. So once I ask you about your TS or MI, you should at least have an idea that I am referring to your topic sentence and your main idea. Alright, so the remaining sentences are the supporting sentences supporting or elaborating how great Jose is in this letter. Alright, so we have describing words. Can you give me one describing word? Very good. We have the word great. What about nice? Can you see the word nice there? And what about this one? Grateful. So these are some of the words that give you proof why is it that this example is an example of a descriptive paragraph. We have our topic sentence, we have our supporting sentences with describing words. So from our topic sentence, thank you for being a great friend. So you may just write thank you for being a friend. But since you are describing, it's important to write describing word. Again, what parts of the speech is this? Yes, it's an adjective. It describes, describing words. So, great friend. Then we also have thank you for all the nice things you have done for me this pandemic. So we have the word nice there. We are talking about the nice things, right? And then we also have there, I am grateful to have you as a friend. So the word grateful is another describing word. Now, we can say that this thank you letter is an example of a descriptive paragraph. It describes. Alright, so did you get our topic for this morning? It's all about descriptive paragraph. So I guess, let me see your thumbs up again. Okay, so let's have our activity for today. So I am requesting you to bring out your notebook and let's try to answer the following activity. All right, so all you need to do in your notebook is to identify what part of the letter of the following items are. So you may write heading, greeting, body, closing, or signature. So I'm giving you time. You can pause this video and then before looking at the correct answer, remember, honesty is the best policy. You must be honest. Okay? So I know you are honest. So before you will see the correct answer in the succeeding slide, pause the video and try to answer this one. So maybe you can do this in 3 to 5 minutes. Can you do that? All right, I know you can do this one. So if you have the concentration, you focus a while ago, then you can easily identify what part of the letter is Dear Jose, Bacood Elementary School, Barangay Magalang, Manila City, October 4, 2021. You also have Greg. Then number 4, we have the sentences there. And number 5, we have your friend. All right, so I'm giving you time. You can do it now. Okay. Again, you can pause this video while you are answering. Okay, so let me see. Let me see if you have the same answer as this. So, of course, for number 1, we have Dear Jose is the greeting. You are greeting. So, Dear Jose. Then number 2, Bacood Elementary School, Barangay Magalang, Manila City, October 4, 2021. We have the address and the date, and that is our heading. What about number 3? So it's merely writing your name, your first name, without the word dear. That is the signature. All right, number 4, thank you for being a great friend. Thank you for all the nice things you have done for me this pandemic. I appreciate all the times you made me laugh. As always, you know how to cheer me up. Thanks for sharing your other gadget so I can join my online classes. God bless you and your family. I am grateful to have you as a friend. I hope that we stay friends forever. That is the body of the letter. And number 5, we have your friend. And that is our closing. Okay, so let me see who got 5. What about 4? Do we have 3? Who got 2? What about 1? I hope no one got 0. All right, so congratulations. You may tap your shoulder for another achievement. Okay, so congratulations and keep on learning about these 5 parts of a letter, and we have the different kinds of letter. But today we have our thank you and friendly letter, or yes, it's a friendly letter. All right, so for your asynchronous tasks, I have already uploaded in our Google Classroom, so you accomplish the activity sheet on descriptive paragraph, then turn it in our Google Classroom. So I want to clarify this one, that if you have a printer at home, or if you have that you have time to print it out outside, your parents may have it for you, so you can do it. So however, you can also copy this in your English notebook and answer there for submission. All right, so just be mindful with our directions. I also have uploaded the rubric. Please always read the rubric before you will write your output or accomplish any task. So, all right, so that is for your asynchronous tasks. And you can go now to your Google Classroom, visit your Google Classroom for other announcements there. All right, so again, thank you very much for your participation, and I hope you learn more, and you recall all your learnings about letter. Again, let me ask, what are the parts of a letter? We have your heading, greeting, body, closing, and your signature. All right, so again, see you in our new or our next video. So thank you very much again for your participation. All right, goodbye, kids.
So there, I hope you learned something new today.